and welcome to Vox Singing Academy's podcast today. And so we've got a special guest, Emily. How are you doing today, Em?
Hello, Peter. Hello, everyone. I'm still alive. How are you?
Yes, fantastic. And today we're going to be covering the subject of touring. And Emily, you've got a lot of experience in this particular subject, touring with Celtic Illusion, also bands, stage shows. So we'll start off, I'll let you basically take this away now. So let's talk about touring with Celtic Illusion and a stage show firstly. The difference between touring with a stage show and a band, and then all of the ins and outs of touring, because it's not as glamorous as it's bloody hard work. It's not as glamorous as what everyone thinks. So
well, first things first, as soon as you're about to go on the road, it's very important to understand that there will be differences. If you toured with a band, it's a lot of hands-on experience. Very often you have to chip in, even you have a good crew, if you have good roadies and sound engineer and lighting techs, you still have to do a lot of transportation, navigation, load-ins, load-outs, all by yourself, unless you are on a super professional level where everything is organized by a production company for you. Even then, your presence is required much more directly on in a club, in a theater, depending on the venue that you're playing. And if you're touring with a theater or with a show, with a stage production, most of the times it will be happening in theaters, and if you're lucky, good, awesome arenas. But you will not be needed as a musician as much at the venue, because most of the time stage production involves a lot of actors and dancers, and your part would be more so of a support part, just being in a cast, getting up there, doing your thing. And whereas for musician, for a singer in a band, you come on stage, you feed off this awesome energy all the time, you're there singing your heart out. It's a totally different energy environment. You get to interact with your bandmates and with the audience, whereas in a stage production you may be required in short chunks, like literally say a couple of lines, sing a few lines in a number if it's a musical theatre, or do a whole number as I was doing in Celtic Illusion. I was basically just singing 4 songs in the whole show.
And then you're off stage, and everyone else is doing everything else.
Yes.
So you just little bits and pieces.
Yes. So it's very important to understand that you need to keep this energy level by yourself, basically.
Yeah. When you're a solo performer doing a show. Yes.
Yes. It's so much harder than with a band.
Yeah.
You don't get
the band is just start, go right to the end, pump yourself up at the start, and right to the end of the show. Being in a theatre production is a little bit different because it's stop, start, refocusing.
Yeah. Also costume changes.
Yes.
There was a really funny moment when I had to get gaffer taped into a dress. When literally 3 people, no, it was a different story. So many wardrobe malfunctions. Yeah, one of the dresses split on my bum in Hong Kong and it was wide. It was terrible. And another time, producer of the show, hi Anthony, and our beautiful stage manager, hi Jess, and somebody else, I don't know, it was dark, were trying to zip me into a dress with a lot of swearing. And I was just literally screaming at myself, all the dumplings! The zipper broke, they gaffer taped me around, they're gonna put my hair around and then stood with this gaffer taped side towards the back of the stage.
The dumplings.
Yeah, and you're just screaming out there backstage just of pure desperation because you need to hit your mark. You cannot stop the show. If there's stuff hanging out of your dress, you go on anyway. Yeah. So with this energy, it actually feel like this helped my performance this time because I was super energized by the experience.
you've got to be prepared on the road for everything. You
Yeah.
know? Also, you know, being sick, not eating, helping out. Well, we've got to load in now. We've got to load out
Yeah.
now. Whatever it is, you know, there are lots of different things happening on the road, especially with touring bands. You know, they're always doing press, or even with you guys, meet and greets before and after the show, after show parties, interviews, radio, whatever it is. So there's so much going on all the time. So you've really got to be focused, and it's not about going out and partying and what everyone thinks is glamorous. It's really hard and tiring work. Traveling for leisure is tiring enough, but when you're doing it and performing, it's even harder, I think. Do you think? I do.
I feel like it depends on how outgoing you are, and in general on your stance in life. If you want to go and have a party, go and party, but understand that it's your job, literally. And it's your job to have enough sleep, and it's your job to eat well, and it's your job to look and sound and behave your best, because other people, not even talking about your castmates and your bandmates, the audience, there will be so many people coming to have the time of their lives. Many of them have bought tickets months in advance.
Exactly.
They're looking forward to it. Some of them will come after physical traumas, because you know, people break legs and still come and see their favorite artist.
Yeah.
And this is something that you have to think about every time you're going to party overnight. Do you have a show tomorrow?
Yeah.
Stop midway through.
Yes, because you've got to be professional. And also, when I go to a show, when we all go to shows to see our favourite performance or band, we don't care that they've already done maybe 100, 200, 300, 400 shows around the world. We don't care whether they've got another 100, 200 shows to go. We care about that night being, this is our special night. We don't care about anything else. So you've always got to take that mindset, being a performer, saying, you know, these people are coming out and they don't care about the show that we did last night, or the months of touring that we've done, or that we had too many dumplings, or whatever it may be. They care about you being the best you can for that particular show. That's what they care about. And that's the mindset that all performers have to go in with when they're performing live.
Also, funny observation, it's interesting that you said that. You probably noticed that a lot of new students at Vox don't realize that we have so many, that all our teachers have, 500, 600 lessons in total. Every week there's a team of 6 of us, hopefully 7 soon. And yeah, 500 lessons, and so every teacher has, I would say, 20 to 70, 80 students right now. And it's really hard to remember everyone's favorites, so we take extensive notes. So same applies to the audiences as well. Yeah, it's a unique experience for a student coming into class. It's a thing that happens to them once a week, and when people come to see you on tour, it's a thing that happens to them maybe once in a few months.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. So
it's so much more responsibility.
Yeah. You're making it. A lot of people, and I know that I do. Every time I go and see a performance, it's an escapism from the world. It's like I am just turning off, mobile's off.
Yeah.
Just got to have a good time and just get rid of all the stresses and forget about everything that's going on in my life and just have a good time. And that's what it's really about. So it's a big responsibility for us. Okay, going on to that, Emily, preparation before you go and start an extensive tour. What do you recommend doing for students? I know that I have students that tour extensively up to 9 months internationally.
Yeah.
But there is a particular preparation that I tell my guys to do. What's your personal preparation before you go and start a tour, vocally or physically or even mentally?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's important to understand that your touring condition have to be in comparison to your general kind of singing maintenance level, your touring condition should be twice that, if not thrice that. You have to stay strong throughout. You have to have amazing immunity because you will get to interact with a lot of people and catch a lot of microbes, and you need to be resistant. So it's very important to first things first. Look after yourself way in advance, build up your immunity. If research destination where you're going, if you live in Australia and you're going touring up north to Europe, and there's winter there, vaccinate. Because for a singer, it's absolute death.
Take a warm jacket.
Yeah, well, jackets you can buy there. There's another tip. Don't overpack. Just buy things there. Just be sensible about it. Because suitcases get lost and without
them around.
Yeah, so you have to have a backup plan. Yes. In terms of singing, what needs to be happening? You need to be gradually increasing your workload. And what works for me?
Before the start of the tour.
Yes, I would say a couple of months before. And right now I have 2 touring musicians, Plum Green and the Ugly Kings. So Russell is singing in the Ugly Kings. He's touring around Australia right now. They just released their new album. Awesome music, I really like them. Plum is touring in Europe. She's there for 3 months, and when she came to me, it was her first request. I'm going on tour. What do I do with my health? So this should be your concern, not how you take the highest note that you can, but how to stay healthy, how to stay in good level condition. There, in your whole life, there will maybe be, I don't know, in my whole life, there were maybe 3-5 performances where I felt awesome, when I was on top of my form, when the sound check was excellent, I heard everything, and the lighting was awesome, and the venue was beautiful, and cast and support crew were great. It will happen very rarely.
That's similar to life, though. You never wake up and one day you just got everything falls into place. How many times does that happen a year? You know, you got to have biorhythms, the right people, the right environment. Generally not contacting any people, and that will happen. But I think that's a very important thing. You've always got to be. You're never ever going to be feeling 110% or everything's going to be in place. But you just got to focus and get your mind ready and make sure you warm up properly and prepare before the show. And then sometimes you might not even have time to do that. Sometimes things have gone wrong, whatever it is, we've missed the bus to the venue or whatever it might be, and you're going to have to just warm up in the bus in a long way, and we're walking to the stage warming up, so you've always just got to do the best that you can.
In general, if we talk about theatrical production again, about Celtic Illusion, I found out that I have to start warming up at 2 p.m. to perform a good sound check at 4 p.m. and do a good show at 8. So it basically, I have to have my voice going starting from 2 p.m. If you start warming up 15 minutes prior to the show, it's too late. It's already too late.
But we're not saying going completely warm up. You're saying you're doing your warm ups and some just light things.
And just freaking out people around me doing this. Just gentle slides. Get yourself gradually pumped up. What is also, remember when we were talking, when I was having lessons with you, I asked you a question about why am I over salivating so much. I figured it out because I was eating too close to the show.
Oh, wow,
So once you eat, you start overproducing saliva, even
breaks
when
down the food.
Even when you have finished your meal. So the time period that worked
You're more
out.
phlegmy as well too.
Yes.
Especially if you have a large meal, that's a really big thing. You have a small meal, not so bad. But if you have a large meal, you generally get more phlegmy as well too. Creates more saliva.
So if put on the spot, I'd rather sing hungry than straight after eating. Also, diaphragm has no way to move because there'll be food under it.
That's a really important one. Most performers will go and eat after the show. Generally we eat after the show, and you'll see backstage at most performances they only have light sandwiches, fruit. There's never anything heavy backstage before a show, just so that is the main reason. You always want to go up, I think, up on stage light is the word, because your diaphragm's got to work, especially being a singer.
Yeah, if anything, maybe a little bit of sugar helps, just to, like, for this quick energy. If you feel a little bit lethargic, if you had a bad day, like if you're tired, it happens. You will get tired on tour, right?
But also physically, just doing some jumping jacks, doing some breathing, getting it going right before you're about to go up on stage. So I think that's really important. And just taking it back here as well too, I know that we were talking about, getting your voice ready a few months before you go up on tour. I think also physically is very good. So I think you need to go and do some exercise, get your cardiovascular system going, building up before that time as well too. And also, trying to eat really well, getting your immune system really well. I also tell my guys to take a little safety bag, especially the singers, of some throat lozenges, some throat gargle. If you're going overseas, some antibiotics. Because if you don't want to be going to a doctor overseas and they're giving you some sort of second-grade antibiotic if you're in a third-world country, for instance. So carrying your own survival kit around as a vocalist is very important when you're touring, because you could be in the middle of nowhere, there's no chemists, and we need to take care of yourself.
Here's the thing for the next podcast: what's in your tour bag?
Yes, we can do that. We can do a podcast to do with that. So what's in your tour bag, and I've always got things ready like that in my bag when I go to lessons, just in case I'm starting to get sick during the class. I'm always doing that. I think also, very importantly, when we're touring, hydration is very important, because sometimes you just can forget to drink, especially if you're in a cooler climate. But it's very important for singers to stay hydrated. Yeah,
or if you're on a bus for 8 hours.
Any air-conditioned environment aeroplanes are just the worst. Any air-conditioned environment is going to really, affects my voice. I know the air conditioner in summertime affects my voice a lot more than what the heating does in wintertime, just because it takes the moisture out of the air. So my voice is very dry.
The quick tip that I could give regarding dry environments, especially planes, is using a mask. There are special masks, moisturizing masks, that have a little bit of an extra isolating layer that prevents moisture from your breathing escaping. So you effectively breathe less other people's bacteria in, and the air is way less drier. Don't wear it going through customs though. Just pop it on a plane.
I know Bono, when he flies on planes, Bono from U2 breathes oxygen all the time.
Well, it's Bono.
Because it has a lot of moisture.
If I were Bono, I would probably do the same. I don't know.
There we go. Any other tips, Emily, regarding this? I know that with my performers that perform on long tours, it's really mainly rest and making sure they're warming up and getting adequate sleep and taking care of themselves while they're on tour, because it can be so hard just not eating properly when you're on tour. And not getting enough sleep, and you've got lobby calls, and you've got flights, and you're driving in on buses and tours and different things like that. So that's really important, just to take care of yourself.
Taking care of yourself in general, figure out a way to quickly cook your own meals in a microwave. I would recommend not going for pre-cooked meals. And there's only so many times you can eat out. Expenses add out really quickly. So look up on YouTube. There's some good information out there. Eat a lot of veggies. Start with the veggies. Add some protein. Add some carbs. And I would recommend some soups, because your guts will get freaked out on the road. Try to figure out a way how to cook for yourself, but don't buy a lot of stuff and carry it around. Just buy enough for 1 or 2 meals.
On show day, I recommend for my students on the day of a show to have some sort of complex carbohydrates 4 to 6 hours before the show. So we're talking pasta, rice grains. They kick in energy 3 or 4 hours down the track, so that you're not feeling heavy before that. And then before the show, if you're feeling that you need something to eat, I generally say a banana, because it doesn't have any acid in it, lots of vitamins as well, but something light before the show, but then eat after the show. But that's, I always tell my students that keep hydrated right before the show, very important. Jumping jacks before the show, that's pretty much it. So taking care of yourself, preparation is the big thing. You've got to be prepared for everything, and you're always better to warm up a little bit earlier than later, just in case something happens. So that's very important.
If there's a choice between an apple and a chocolate bar, go for an apple. Try avoid processed foods. I know it's convenient and it's prepackaged, and you get this illusion of good nutrition. Well, we all know it's just basically marketing. Yeah, you cannot survive
nutrition
on
in chocolate, but anyway.
bars. Yeah, get an apple.
Pick the best choices, and then then when the tours are over, or you've got a couple of days off, then you can go and party and do what you need to do. But then be professional up until then. And
work ethic are incredibly important on tours. If you have your bus call at 6:15, you have to be there at 6, because at 6:15 the bus leaves. This is not where you need to start leaving your room and start packing your bags. If you're staying overnight somewhere and you're leaving early in the morning, just pack everything before going to bed. It will save so many nerves. There's been a moment when sometimes I sleep through. I'm a very heavy sleeper, and I didn't have a roommate. I was alone in the room, and the show producer hi again, Anthony, had to go and get me. So I was absolutely mortified. The whole crew, 20 people, were on the bus, and my boss had to come and personally get me the diva out. Good thing though, I was all packed, and all my leggings and sweater were right there by the bed, so I was out the door in 20 seconds.
Fantastic.
Yeah, pack before you leave. Pack the night before.
And we're going to wind this up. Anything that you want to finally, any final tips that you want to give the viewers out there on this podcast regarding tours?
Yes, most important part, confidence on stage, right? When you're touring, or even when you're doing a gig somewhere you've never been before, don't just go and do your sound check. Walk around on stage. Get on stage as much as possible. You can literally
get confident with the surroundings.
Yes.
Where the toilet is, backstage, stairs.
Yes. If you need to walk on stage in the dark, literally put on the shoes you will be performing in, and take a few steps to your mark, so you know where it is. Also, what will happen in your brain once you're up on stage, you will start freaking out a little bit, because this is how we're built. Okay, I'm in an environment I've never been before. Is there danger? This is the first question that our limbical system is asking. Is there danger? Will somebody spring on me and bite my head off? We have no control over it. So once you're up on stage, try and get on stage as many times as you can. Don't just go there up once. Repeat the experience.
Again, this is going back to preparation.
Yes.
This is rehearsals, going over the same things. So when you get up on stage, it should be second nature. After the first couple of times that you do it, it should be second nature. You don't
rehearse on tour. You rehearse before the tour.
Oh yes.
You are super.
It's months before the tour. Yes. Yeah.
It is sometimes singers get sick, and sometimes we have to do quick replacements, right? Very often, if you're lucky, it will be a couple of months. If you're super unlucky, it will be a week or even the next day. There are always auditions and castings. I see it like on Facebook and groups and on Star Now. Our singer is sick. We need a quick fill in. So if you are somebody who considers doing fill-ins, try and develop for yourself a habit, train yourself to learn new material quickly.
Yeah.
I would recommend just learning a new song every week.
Yeah.
It's like acting. Actors have to memorize incredible amounts of information and monologues and dialogues and stage directions in a very short amount of time. And if you are, as a singer, able to do that, to really quickly learn your material, you will be in very high demand.
Yep.
People will spread the word and they will say, yeah, this person is awesome.
Yep.
Our singer got sick, he or she filled in 2 days, it was fantastic.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else that you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
Yes. Another important thing that I figured out for myself, give yourself permission to be nervous. What makes us brave, what makes us perform good is not being scared and nervous, but being nervous and pushing through it.
Yep.
Even if you feel that, if you know intellectually that you are ready, you know your material.
Got to know the lyrics, and that lyrics is the big thing, and know that you have confidence in your vocal abilities, that you can hit every single note.
Yes. Warm-ups, know your routines. When you have an established routine, when you have ways to troubleshoot things, it will make you much more calm. You literally go through a list. Did I warm up? Okay, I'm forgetting this one line. I will write it out on my arm. Pretend it's a cool tattoo. Or if I forget, it happens. You go blank on stage. Just repeat the first verse and the chorus. I've done it countless times. Or just go na na na, just vocalize. Or another very good tip, but it's good for established artists. When you know that the audience knows your song, you sing the line
And get them to sing.
and then you shove the microphone to the audience.
If it's a big established song.
Transferring responsibility, yes. And very often I can tell when I'm watching live performances and you're like, yeah, this singer is not on top and this is how they figured out this problem. They don't have to sing this high note, they just give the microphone to the audience.
Yeah. A lot of singers do that for high notes. So,
Yeah,
it's a big one.
Transposing, yes.
Bringing the
just
song down.
bringing the song down in pitch, very good. Idea. It's not always possible, so maybe just getting high notes in falsetto or mixed voice, or just light cries without like super engaging, super powerfully. Getting the pitch right, it is incredibly important.
Yep. I think tuning down is a big one. A lot of bands, when they tour, they tune down at definitely a semitone or a tone, just to make it easier if they're doing big, long, extensive tours. Yeah.
And that's about it. Eat well, be a nice person, do your job responsibly, party and have fun, but in moderation, everything in moderation basically.
Yeah.
Good warm-ups, respect others' time, look after your crew, look after your castmates, bandmates, just do something nice for them.
Mainly, though, as well too, you got to look after yourself.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
That's a given. That's a given. You have to be on top of your form for everyone. There's a really good saying, be the hardest working person in the room.
Yep.
So this is something that I'm trying to achieve myself. I'm not there yet. I'm super lazy.
I think Michael Jordan's biography, if anyone is out there, watch Michael Jordan's biography. Very, very good autobiography. Michael Jordan, about even during college he wasn't getting games in college, even though he was great, and his story is very, very good about how he wanted to be the best himself. So, great autobiography. Okay, Em, thank you very much for coming in, much appreciated, and we have to do some more podcasts regarding the numerous questions that have been brought up here today, and you're going to ask me a whole bunch of questions. So
I have so many.
Thank you for your time. See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
VOX Singing Academy.
Thank you for watching. If you've found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. If you want to learn more about your voice, please post your questions in the comments below. If we pick out one of your questions to do a video segment for, you will win a free lesson with myself or one of my fantastic singing teachers. So until next time, aim high, chase your dreams, believe in yourself, and have fun singing.